What's up, everybody? Good evening and welcome to another edition of the Watchpoint Post Show. We are live from the Blizzard Arena in Los Angeles. I'm your host, Chris Puckett, at the desk, and I got a great crew with me all day long. We got Zoe, we've got Bren, we brought the bearded one.
The bearded one?
From the casting booth, all the way down here, once again.
What?
What are you saying?
How you doing,
What
man?
do you mean? I was
What you
just
saying?
talking about that match for a while. That match was crazy.
That
I
match
can't
was
believe what I was
crazy.
just witnessing.
Just do 45 minutes on that.
We're going
down.
to talk a lot about it, but first I got to ask you, Matt, we do this every single show.
Yeah.
What did you learn today, Sunday, the close of week 4?
I learned the hunters are for real, man. I don't know what I originally said when I was going to talk about this, but man, after that one, I got to change it up. The hunters, they played Vancouver extremely tough, and I think the surprising thing for me is the amount of triple tank, triple support they played during that, and it looked really good. So I think the hunters are for real. I don't think it's their stage. Obviously not going to make the playoffs, but I think they'll be a problem deeper in the season.
Keep your eyes on this team in the future. Let's go to Brenji next. What did you learn, young Bren?
I'm exasperated, is what I am. Like, this game was just unreal, man. Seriously, if Bumper is a Giga Chad, then Eamon is like a Tanner, honestly. He's stealing his lunch money, like on a regular basis. I didn't know he had the Reinhardt in him. Like, he was hitting shatters like nobody's business. I couldn't believe what I was witnessing that entire match. It was just absurd. It was, where has he been this entire time? I don't understand. He's like, he
Playing
evolved
wrecking
during
ball.
this match. It was just ridiculous. I can't believe what I've witnessed from that
All right,
game.
so you guys have short-term memories. You just learned this game. So anything other than the game we just saw that you learned?
Really? I have to say something. Well, everything they said, and then I also learned that sometimes Bren actually picks the right teams.
Wow.
There you go.
Yeah, you know, that
Incredible
Shanghai
stuff.
pick that does, work sometimes.
My original point was going to be, never disrespect the Dragons. Don't put disrespect on the Dragons.
I got it for you. Don't
Yeah.
worry
But
about it.
after that match, I think we just
How many
really
times does he
underrated.
pick the
Bren,
Dragons?
you got it,
Like,
what, 3 out of 45 attempts? You're looking good. All right,
got
let's
it
keep
now.
the show moving. A little bit later on, we got Bumper joining us from the Vancouver Titans. He's going to be right here on the desk. You definitely don't want to miss that. But before he sits down right here, Bumper had a match to play earlier today. These two can't stop talking about it, so let's look at some of the highlights. We came into halftime with a tied score, went to Anubis, and this was the Hunter surprising everyone, taking the lead over the Vancouver Titans.
Yeah, this was just absolutely bonkers. Honestly, like, they fell into the hamster trap. They went for that Ammon, like, time and time again.
Yep.
And we were all like, but why don't you buy in completely to the Fiesta? Like,
This is it.
At least go full.
Yeah, I
But
didn't
you
really...
can't just play Genji there. That's not working.
The moment where I was like, why have they half bought into the Clown Fiesta? Like,
Genji with the Brigitte.
the Genji with the Brigitte. I was looking at this, I was like, what is happening in this match?
Axel's like, I just want to play Genji, man.
If I would have told you at the beginning of the day that Hunters would have played, let's say, call it, 50% triple tank, triple support against Vancouver, what would you have thought the overall series score would have been?
4-0.
4-0
Yeah,
in
absolutely.
favor of Vancouver.
Instantly.
Yeah.
Like,
Quick.
this is
Easy.
The fact that they got taken to game 5, this is just an absurd upset that words don't describe. This should have been a 4-0 for
They
Titans.
still lost.
Now, what did you guys think of
care, mate.
Still.
It's like a win in
Can
my
I
book.
ask you specifically about Bacon Jack? I feel like we saw all kinds of Bacon Jack on the stage today. They kept him in for Route 66.
That was my one thing going into Game 5. Like, they were rolling with Bacon Jack.
Why take him out?
And Lei Young
It's
played good in
working.
Game 5. I mean,
Yes.
Lei Young was
He
playing real
almost
strong.
clutched it at
He
the end of
almost
that
clutched
round.
it. But you were rolling with Bacon
Yeah,
Jack.
yeah.
He was playing good.
And he was playing all sorts of different heroes. Like, that's the most versatile Bacon I've ever seen in my entire life.
It's like multinational bacon, isn't it?
I know, right? It's
and
like all
Chewy
the
at the
good
same
things.
time. It's incredible. Let's talk about this Game 5, though, because this is where it was decided in favor of the Vancouver Titans as they stay perfect.
This
Oh,
was
man, that was tragic. That was tragic.
They threw so
True.
many
True.
ultimates into that pit.
Oh, I'm up there in the caster booth. I'm just shaking my head. And then they did it again to me here on this one.
But here's the thing, right? Here's the scenario. They don't sub out Bacon Jack here. They keep
But
playing.
look at Lei Young. He's popping off.
But they keep playing the damage dealer comps that Vancouver couldn't deal with. What if? What if, man, on that map 5?
Vancouver couldn't really deal with the 3-3 as well.
I
This
love
was
it. This was
absurd.
one of the best series we have seen in the Overwatch League. Definitely one of the best performances from the Chengdu Hunters, who are quickly
I love it.
becoming the favorites here amongst the analysts, especially for their social media presence.
Yeah, I mean, we did say that they have nothing to surprise us with. It might actually have been me saying that. But I was wrong, Hunters. You did have that goat up in your sleeve.
like,
Who drew
It's
that
not
goat?
coming at
That's
all.
incredible.
before this game, that is a completely factual sentence. Like, there was nothing wrong with saying that in the slightest.
Thank you.
Wow.
Thank
And they
you.
just
That
then
makes
they
me feel
pulled
better.
out this triple tank, triple support. I cannot stress enough how ridiculous that is. That they went toe-to-toe with Vancouver Titans.
It was so fun to watch. I think we are all looking forward to see what Chengdu is going to bring into future stages. Unfortunately, with that loss, their playoff hopes will die here in Stage 1. Vancouver is one of 2 teams to still stay unbeaten at the top of our leaderboard and will be looking to be in our top 8 at the end of the day. Another set of teams looking to get into that top 8 were the Paris Eternal when they matched up against the San Francisco Shock earlier in the day. And this one meant a lot for both squads. You had to think those Shock had more pressure. This was their 7th and final match here in Stage 1.
I tell you what, I think, you know, the Shock, they get to the playoffs and they kind of sneak in as a 7 or 8. What would you call them? Like a snaky team, right?
A snaky team, yeah.
London with a snaky team.
Oh, yeah,
Look,
yeah.
like, they're a snake you don't want to see in that first round, right? I mean, if you're Vancouver or NYXL, the Shock have played you close twice.
Yeah, yeah.
I
No,
mean,
you're right.
for either team, right? So, and now you get a little bit more time to prep coming into it. I think
Your
the Shock
game
could be a
tape.
problem.
Exactly. Yeah, this is going to be problematic now, I think, for the top teams, Vancouver Titans and New York Excel coming into this. Like, Shock, this match was honestly actually a better showing from Paris as well. I don't want to discredit them too much because we saw improvements from them actually across the board. But the difference maker, it comes to it again, is the thing that we pointed out, it's the Zarya play. Big discrepancies between it. And we saw Sinatra really just absolutely going ham on the Zarya.
20,000 damage on Hollywood alone.
He does it casually. I mean,
Yeah, that's actually true. He makes it look so very easy.
I want to say, too, a player I've been pretty impressed with Paris lately, you know, watching them, you know, casting one of the games the other day. I thought Ben Best has been playing really well. In the
Way better than anyone expected, I think.
Yeah, I
After
think
watching him in the
strong.
World Cup, he has stepped his game up. Zoe, when you were watching these games play out, though, we saw Shock coming into Horizon. Did you think Paris was going to battle back in the second half, or was this Shock's all the way?
I mean, I honestly thought it's going to be Shock all the way. I did feel like the first map was very scrappy, got a little bit better on the second one. Paris Eternal, I felt like their support ults were still just not very on. I felt like there were a lot of wasted transcendences. I did like all the graph and bomb combos they were playing. Like Finzi, again, he really, really stood out, but I didn't think it would get any closer in the second.
There's an example of Finzi on that Diva, dropping one up and picking off the Shock, and arguably this is the moment that may come back and haunt the Shock. They dropped that 4th map. They needed a 4-0 map count to really feel good going into these playoffs. So we'll have to see how is that going to affect the rest of the teams as this shakes out. We're going to take a quick break, but coming up, the Dragons and Spitfire went the distance in one of the most entertaining 5-mappers of the year. You don't want to miss it. This is the Watchpoint Post-Show. The Overwatch League is brought to you by T-Mobile. High ground or low ground, T-Mobile has you covered.
루시오 보죠.
헤이.
에헤이.
나이스. 나이스.
오케이 오케이.
They figured it out. The Shanghai Dragons look to play spoiler today against our defending champions from 2018, the London Spitfire, in what very quickly became one of the most unpredictable matches of the year. This one is like two heavyweights trading blows, Brad.
Unpredictable, mate. Unpredictable.
Excuse
Who was
me.
the one who was calling the shots from the beginning? Pre-show. Post-show.
You picked the Dragons.
It don't matter.
every-
Dominated
halftime,
you, man.
Brent said it was
Dominated you
going
in
to
the
game
one-on-one, didn't I?
Every
Dominated you. You were speechless. Didn't know what to say. Shanghai Dragons end up taking it. Once again, the Oracle is right. I mean,
why,
again,
why'd you believe in the
you just see
Dragons?
it coming every single time. But people
Still,
don't know.
it's been 8 hours.
I mean,
don't
honestly,
know.
after watching them play today, I can't believe that we didn't believe in them, Matt. Look at that, man. Ding, Gumzu, DM, all of them stepped it up big times. It was
time.
actually insane.
I saw that Dallas match. I knew why I wasn't believing.
Well, but today, we're only figuring
today,
out. We're
let's be
only talking
positive,
about
yeah.
today. No, honestly, Gumzu rolled over Gesture, and I personally rate Gesture really, really highly. So I was super impressed with everything we've seen from the tank line. from
Can we
Shanghai
talk about
Dragons.
this map real quick, though? Anubis, Shanghai wins game 2, right? This is game 3 on Anubis. They get 0 eliminations. That has to be an Overwatch League record.
It's
Just
a
saying.
record of some sort.
So
mate.
they go from 0 eliminations to forcing a game 5, and that to me showed that Shanghai Dragons are definitely
they
mentally
may have
strong.
broken their own record from last year. I mean,
So here's a question for you, right then.
yeah.
If Shanghai lose to
this
Dallas,
is the play of the game.
If Shanghai lose to Dallas twice in a
no.
row. This was a sick play. Look
Ninja
at
cap.
the tactical crouch as well. Look at him. The disrespect. He's just
Forcing
staring
it
guard
in.
down. Absolutely.
If Shanghai gets Gamsu a bit earlier and they have some more time to practice, I think they could have been a playoff team here in stage 1.
You're calling it already.
I think if they would have, well, I mean, they're not in the playoffs. But I'm saying
Right.
if they got
They
them like
could have
longer than 2 days before the start. I'm really, I like the supports that they have. You know, Luffy and Coma, a really strong support for it.
Here's my question though: if London lost, or London have now lost to Shanghai, Shanghai lost to Dallas. Are Dallas better than the London right now?
I don't think that's how it works.
It might be.
But sure. Let's
might
go with
be.
yes for the sake of
Plus
the
that,
argument.
what is it, PEMDAS, right? The order of operation. Let's figure it out.
Well, I think the biggest thing we need to look at here is London was expecting to go up 4-2. They thought they were a shoo-in for the playoffs. Shanghai coming in and beating them in a game 5. This throws off all of their plans. We may not see London now in the
And
playoffs.
look, London was undefeated since week 1, right? They were rolling. I mean, week 1, they play some games of Bird Ring, doesn't go well. They find guard on the bench, they put him in. They were playing great, and they dropped.
I
this one.
want to point out another thing. This was actually the first time Gregory won an official match on the main stage, so I was super happy about that. Watching her after that game made my day.
And they subbed her in for that game 5.
Yeah, exactly.
That was the best part. Love seeing her on the main stage. She missed out on the celebration moment for the last 2 wins. Good to see her getting it today. Now, despite the loss, the Spitfire's chances at a stage 1 playoff spot are still alive. They're not great, but they're still alive. And another team looking to keep their hopes alive today was the Boston Uprising, who faced off against the Florida Mayhem in our 3rd match of the day. This one, I'd have to say, was definitely the sloppiest of the matches we watched here, fellas.
I would say sloppy though, only from the one side, personally.
Just from Florida?
Yeah, honestly, Boston, this is the one thing that they do super well, I think, against teams that are worse than them, and that's their coordinated set plays are fantastic. Tank play across the board, Fusions, and Color Hex as well. I got to give credit to him.
Yeah.
Have been playing very, very well.
And I feel like Boston, for me, is a team that they always play like up to their competition. Like the teams you expect them to beat, they don't come in and take those matches lightly. They come in and they take care of business. And against some of the better teams in the league, Boston always gives them trouble. They always play up to the competition.
Does
Yeah, like
Boston ever play down to the competition?
No.
I don't think so. No, they're the kid in school who just always shows up early, always brings the homework. You know, like they're just ready for the match. The only way you can actually throw them off is put them into, you know, crazy Chengdu land where things just can't be accounted for. As long as as soon as they have to go off script, they look bad. But when they can stick to their game plan, they look an incredible good and incredible solid. Who also looked solid is BQB. I think he was the bright light for the Florida Mayhem. I did enjoy what we saw from him on the Sombra today.
He was a former Korean champion as well. This guy is a skillful player, and I feel like it's a bit unfortunate as well because we've seen these flashes of brilliance from him individually as well as a player, and it feels like he's kind of, I don't want to say locked in this roster prison, but it's definitely not the greatest environment for him to let his potential shine.
Now, we saw the Sombra working for the Shanghai Dragons against the Spitfire. Of course, Ding was running it there. Do you want to see Florida continue with the Sombra strat? Because it seemed to be the composition they were running every single time.
I mean, they seem to play the best with it.
Okay.
I don't know I think they just need to go back and look at some of these roles, right? I think BQB can play, I know, pretty good Zarya. I think we've seen that. I think the Sombra is very good. I think, in between stage 1 and stage 2, this is a team that needs to, shake things up a little bit.
At the end, it's a brutal beatdown by Boston. They pick up 4 much-needed map victories to keep themselves in the playoff running. And with week 4 in the books, we're inching even closer to our stage 1 playoffs. After today, the San Francisco Shock did their part to stay in the hunt. London Spitfire and Boston Uprising are both sitting at 3-3, and Vancouver Titans are still sitting pretty at the top here with NYXL. So, Mr. X, let's talk about that 8 spot. It's currently in position for the Charge, but is it the Spitfire? Is there anyone else who is below that top 8 that you could see breaking in? I mean, Paris is still in the running. They've only played 5 matches.
I don't think Paris gets there. I think, that final spot probably comes down to, London, the Charge. No, the Outlaws are still kind of hanging in there as well.
Yeah.
3-3. They're only
fans are gonna love you for that, man.
They're only 1 negative. Yeah, I mean, hey, I love the Outlaws. No, but they're only 1 map down in the map win counter, so they're still possible for them to make it in.
Can I ask to bring that up one more time? Sorry, production. I just want to get eyes on this one more time because I think there's a lot of fans who need to be looking at what's going down next week. We highlighted, of course, Guangzhou Charge. They still have 1 more match to play. They're in that 8th spot. They're kind of the one on the edge. You have Paris who could potentially win out. They still play Washington in their next match. They'll have their 7th match to close things out next Sunday. But Uprising, Dynasty, Outlaws, Spitfire, all still in the running with the Eternal here. Bren, we got Matt's prediction. Who do you think has the best chance?
I'm looking at Uprising here. I believe their next match is against Dallas Fuel. That's going to be, I think, their toughest competition, and I think they should have easy ones coming up as well. They play Atlanta a little bit later. Atlanta have not been looking too hot recently as well. I'll be the first one to say it. At me on Twitter. I don't care. Come at me.
It was one game, Bren.
Uprising.
It was a 4-0, though.
You don't know the Atlanta
I tell you what, though.
The
Outlaws, I believe, play the Reign to finish off their go. So I believe, the Outlaws, let's say you win that, right? You spin that map count in your record. Spitfire play Dynasty, so one of those is really going to hurt the other.
Yeah.
So those are the 2 that you look at that are kind of on the bubble, and they're gonna hurt both of their chances.
I like it. So much still to come, guys, and it's just 1 week left here in Stage 1. And regardless of the meta, we know that the support role is an integral part of any Overwatch team composition. We sat down with some of the best support players in the world to learn more about how they take care of the rest of their squad.
I think the best sort of sport analogy to give to the main support would almost be the point guard of basketball. Your job is to enable and sort of like get more assists and move around the court. It's sort of the same thing with the main support. You're trying to dictate the flow of the team because you're always walking in, making the calls and doing that kind of stuff.
I think the support role itself is actually one of the hardest roles to play. I think that DPS require more mechanical skill, but as long as you have really good aim, you can kill people very easily, right? But in like a support role, there's not much you can do besides Zen for fragging. And like some of the best, like let's say Lucio players really show when they get like really clutch kills.
서포터의 역할에 타이밍이 각각 있거든요. 이게 오버워치 게임이 진짜 0.1초 단위로 이게 어떻게 한타가 바뀔지가 몰라요. 뭐 1초 단위로 바뀔 수도 있고 더 느리게 바뀔 수도 있는데 그 타이밍마다 예를 들어 이 타이밍에는 내가 얘를 힐 주기보다는 뭐 얘를 죽였어야 됐다. 이런 타이밍을 이제 각각 알아맞혀서 그 타이밍에 맞게 플레이하는 서포터가 잘한다고 생각해요.
The person that you heal and sort of critical healing is really dependent on the importance of the character at each time. Obviously, keeping your main tank up is super important because he's the guy in the front line with the shield. But if you have a DPS character that only has 50 health, it's more important to heal the DPS player because they only have 200 health. So all you need to give them is a little bit of heals and then you can go back onto the Reinhardt. You need to prioritize your most important characters from dying, which is like the DPS players and that kind of stuff, because you don't have any damage, you're not going to kill them even if your tank is still alive.
As a support player, it makes me happy when a DPS player says they need healing, but they also say where they need healing. They might be somewhere more unusual, so you don't tend to look at those places first. So it really helps me when they say that where they need healing.
힐러나 서포터의 역할은 일단 제가 생각했을 때는 좀 죽을 때라든지 아니면 위기에 처했을 때라든지 아니면은 우리 팀이 좀 더 과감하게 할 때 그거에 힘을 더 보태준다든지 아니면 우리 팀을 정말 얘는 죽을 수밖에 없는데 그거를 살려준다든지 좀 위기 상황 때마다 그런 걸 카바쳐주는 좀 더 지켜주던 그런 역할을 하는 거라고 생각해요.
Welcome back to the Watchpoint Post Show. I'm super excited to welcome our guest to the show. You guys may know him from Runaway. You definitely know him from the Vancouver Titans, one of the most exciting main tanks in the game. Give it up for the great Bumper. Bumper, welcome to the show. And of course, we have to give a shout out to Danny, our translator. Thank you so much, Danny, for helping us out with this one. Now, Danny, can you translate this first question for me? Prior to becoming a main tank for Runaway, you played several other roles over in South Korea. How are you able to transition within the different roles in Overwatch?
그 런어웨이를 하시기 전에 좀 원래 그 탱커 포지션에서 원래 그 탱커 포지션보다 다른 좀 역할들도 많이 맡았다고 질문을 하시는데 네. Repeat the question one more time. The last part.
Yes. How were you able to transition to the different roles in Overwatch?
네. 그래서 그럼 이제 그럼 탱커뿐만이 아니라 많은 다른 포지션들 많이 했는데 어떻게 그렇게 좀 할 수 있었던 건지.
그냥 저의 게임적인 센스와 재능 때문에 그렇게 많이 할 수 있지 않았나 싶어요.
So I love this guy. So he says he has really good gaming sense and like just his like his skills in general in Overwatch. That's like that allows him to play a lot of different positions in the game.
Excellent.
So now that stage one is almost over, I'm curious what you now think about the competition level in the league.
그 오버워치 리그 이제 4주간 벌써 이제 참여해서 이제 임하게 되셨는데 좀 예전 처음 들어왔을 때보다 좀 생각이 많이 달라지셨는지.
좀 달라진 게 하나 있긴 있어요.
뭐가 달라졌나요?
처음에 리그 올 때는 진짜 엄청 힘들겠다고 생각했는데 막상 와 보니까 그렇게 힘들지 않더라고요.
Alright, so when I first joined, I thought that it was going to be pretty difficult. It was going to be very competitive, but after 4 weeks, now I realize that it's not that hard.
Let him know.
That's bold after the game we just watched.
Let him
but
know.
Okay,
Game
I'm not
5, no
judging.
big deal.
He's still talking smack even after that game. I don't believe it. All right, okay. You've established yourself quite well as an MVP candidate, and you're garnering a lot of attention as a result. How has that affected you personally coming into the league now?
그 범퍼 선수가 지금 이번 오버워치 리그 시작하면서 좀 많은 지금 굉장히 관심과 사랑을 많이 받고 있어요. 지금 일단 뭐 성격도 있고 일단 뭐 당연히 실력도 있기 때문에 지금 좀 MVP 후보로 되게 막강한 후보로 지금 선정되어 있을 것 같은데 네 그걸 좀 어떻게 좀 개인적으로 좀 어떻게 받아들이시고 있는지.
솔직히 제가 그렇게 많은 관심을 받을 줄 몰랐는데 좀 의외로 많은 관심이 있다 보니까 좀 기분이 좋아요. 그리고 좀 더 잘해야겠다는 생각밖에 안 들어요.
So I really didn't expect that I was going to get a lot of attention and this much love and support from everyone in the Overwatch League scene. But so I'm very happy and grateful, and not only that, it just drives me to do more and do better and perform better on stage.
And my question is, what is it about your team that made you guys be able to just come into the league and immediately become an elite team?
이번 질문은 그러니까 좀 쉽게 말하면은 리그를 들어오면서 어떻게 보면 좀 되게 빨리 거의 탑 팀으로 밴쿠버 팀이 이렇게 됐는데
네.
범퍼 선수가 보셨을 때는 어떻게 해서 그렇게 좀 되게 막강한 팀이 된 것 같나요?
솔직히 저희 팀이 잘하는 것도 있긴 한데 다른 팀들이 조금 못하는 것 같아요.
진짜요?
네.
진짜로요?
네.
알겠습니다. So yeah, I feel like we Vancouver Titans are playing really well, but at the same time, I feel like the other teams aren't playing that great.
Did you ask permission to translate that in the end?
Yes, I did. I was like, I literally said, "Are you serious? Like, can I say that?" Okay.
I like it. Well, something we always do with our guests is a little session of rapid fire. So we got our buddy Bumper on the desk ready to answer these. Danny, our translator, will you do us the honors? Will you kick off the rapid fire right now?
I will start the rapid fire. But first, let me just briefly explain to him what rapid
Yes.
fire is. 아까 제가 말씀드렸던 이렇게 쉬운 질문들 몇 개, 뭐 아니면 뭐 이런 식으로 하는 겁니다. 알았죠?
네.
제 첫 번째 질문은 So my first question is, who is the best Reinhardt player in the league? 자, 리그에서 제일 라인을 잘하는 선수는 누구?
저밖에 없어요.
그러면 바로 다음.
네.
네, 그러니까 범퍼 선수 바로.
다음 게스트레 제스처 선수.
제스처 선수요. Okay. So Bumper picked himself as the best, and close second, Gesture from London Spitfire.
I like it.
All right. Well, Bumper, 리그에서 제일 좋아하는 선수.
저는
I
또
tried.
런던 스피파이어 제스처 선수를 제일 좋아해요.
I love my favorite player in
London
the Overwatch League.
Spitfire.
Gesture.
I understand everything.
Remember, so I taught you that word in Korean?
감사합니다.
Thank you.
I think I'm next here, Bumper. Tanker, healer, 아니면 dealer.
탱커.
Tanker!
Tinker. You. Why Tinker?
가장 늦게 죽고 데미지가 세니까.
You die the least, and if you could put in the damage, you deal a lot of damage.
I'll take it.
All right, Bumper, I got a tough one for you. Gorilla de Gom Noga Egil Gayo.
That was close, Matt.
One more time.
Very close.
Here we go. It's a confusing question. Gorilla de Gom Noga Egil Gayo.
고릴라 대 곰. 고릴라 대 곰. 누가 이길까요?
Just what he said.
고릴라가 이길 것 같아요.
I feel like Gorilla will be the
Oh,
winner.
man, I'm the only one playing with the Bears, bro.
Yes, I also agree. Gorilla. Okay. Oh God, this is okay.
The hardest one.
Yeah. 나는 최악의
He can't even speak English.
one more time. This is like medium fire questions. 나는 최악의 문제가입니다.
오.
Can you say that one more time, looking at the camera?
Not looking
Without looking at this,
Kind of cheating. Like,
나는 최악의 문제가입니다.
뭐?
입니다.
최고의 분석가입니다.
최악의.
최악의.
Yes! Yes!
Good one.
I just realized
We got you. Hard work has paid off, everybody.
Oh, I love it. That's why we keep Brett on the show, so that we can make
actually
fun of
didn't
them
know that
before
you
we
thought
go
of
to
yourself
bed.
as one of the worst analysts. That's what you literally just said.
All right, well, Bumper, before we let you go today, we wanted to give you a little gift. We heard that you like to reward yourself after every big win. You got a huge one tonight in a Game 5, so I've got a special McCree burger for you. He likes the big McCree.
범퍼 선수가 이제 매 경기마다 승리를 거두실 때 이제 햄버거를 좋아하신다고 들어서 또 저희 또 분석가님들께서 이렇게 아주 맛있는 햄버거를 준비해 줬어요. 혹시 한 입 드실 수 있을까요?
당연하죠.
Oh, yeah, there we go.
That's the moment we are all waiting for. Ladies Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Bumpers and a big kudos to everyone at the desk for learning Korean. We're not done yet. We've got our over-the-top moments coming up. Don't go anywhere. This is the Watchpoint Post Show.
Say that one more.
The Overwatch League is powered by Intel. Game, record, stream without compromise on Intel Core i7. And by Omen by HP, the official PC and display of the Overwatch League.
Welcome back to Watchpoint. Puckett here with Zoe, Bren, Mr. X, and something Bren's saving from Bumper.
Say that one more
A
time,
gift.
Bren.
What was it, Bren?
What was it?
What'd you ask Bumper,
You're
Bren?
speaking Korean earlier.
나는 God damn.
So bad you can't even say your
나는 제약 문서가 입니다.
Next time we'll teach you how to write on note cards the correct
It
way.
wasn't even
like an
me that
adult.
wrote this.
Yeah.
They got
all
written for me.
Well done, Bren. Well done. All right. Well, we had such a great show. We got to close it out with one of my favorite segments. It's time to cover the best of the best. It's the most over-top moments of the day. We're kicking things off at number 5 with a personal favorite here. I demanded we see this once again. The final dive attempt by Parrots halted by Super. Big play from the Orisa.
Zoe, what'd you think about Super's play?
Super good.
You can call him a bot for the last man.
Wait, I never said
I
that.
call him a bot.
Okay, you go ahead. You go ahead. You have the next
This
one.
play was
follow
good
me.
enough, Bren. Don't bring up his fails. We're in the best moments of the day.
Super, yeah,
Right.
Super,
Let's keep
Super,
it
you're
going.
okay.
Let's go to number 4 here. It's always important to stay hydrated, but the real question is, whose drink is this?
Everyone's drink, really. Sharing is caring. I'm really glad that we didn't see them all take a sip from it, because otherwise I'd have some questions.
Get him the bottle.
Why doesn't he keep the bottle up there, though? What's this?
Look at how
That's
efficient
really
they
not
passed it back and forth.
It's not
Electrolytes
efficient, though.
and water. Super key for the shot.
No, they need to have.
They ran out of it in game 4.
Jeez.
Yeah, all right. Let's keep it moving here. Number 3, it's Twilight. Putting everyone to sleep, including this tire. Ultimates all gone. Bob,
See ya,
not
Bob.
making anyone happy. He's
Take a
taking
nap.
a nap.
See you later, Bob.
That guy's still out.
Yeah. See, he is
Someone's
very
gotta-
dark.
Someone's got to Photoshop Bob's face on the guy in the crowd.
Oh, that would
Bob's
be
always
amazing.
sleeping. Whenever Bob comes out.
Internet, we'll give you one more attempt. Screenshot this guy. There he is.
I must have been during the
All right, thank you so much. Number 2, we got Ding pulling up the back cap. We've
come
seen
on,
a
man.
sneaky
This is so
cruise.
good.
Here's
The
a
crouch.
sneaky Ding.
The crowd.
Tactical crouch. Tactical crouch.
Let him know.
Tactical
And look at him
spray.
locking eyes now
The
with guard.
spray.
It's all about the momentum. You need to get those front tires some traction. I like it, Ding. Well done. That kept the Shanghai Dragons not only in the match, but able to compete in a map 5 to take the win over the Spitfire. And our number 1 play this week, this one made Bren lose his mind in the
I
control
couldn't
room.
believe it. I couldn't believe it. After Shanghai, they almost threw this round, bro. They came out with the Winston. And I'm like, Damsu, got back on Reinhardt. Get back on Reinhardt. He pulls out a play like this, wins them the game. I was
What's happening here? Break it down for us, Matt. You're the smart one.
I
on the
mean,
desk.
he ends up actually like launching himself there, blocks the self-destruct, swinging through. He makes up for his one the other day where he jumped into the self-destruct. He figured it out.
He's getting
Block
better.
It's better, yeah.
Definitely improving his Gamsu, and it was good enough to earn our number 1 spot this week. Those are our top moments that made us cheer. Let's take a look at which teams are getting the most love, though, on Twitch. Looks like we still got Seoul and Paris in the top 10. Shanghai Dragons making some power moves today. Philadelphia Fusion Gladiators closing out your bottom 5. But Atlanta Reign, is anyone going to top that squad? It's the big question. When we look at the individuals, Bren, read some names.
Every day I look out for U505 Type 9, but I just
Saying
don't
he
see
ain't
him.
coming
But
back.
instead, Lakush Bobby, I love saying that name. That's
Oh, yeah.
fantastic. He's worked his way up, isn't he? He's sneaked into number 10.
Lackish, well done.
Is it Lakush?
I don't know. You can't read
Lakush.
English or Korean, so let's keep the
Lakush
show
Bobby.
moving, shall we? That's going to do it for us, guys. If you haven't already picked up your Overwatch League All Access Pass, do it right now. It's the only way to check out the live Q&A with Blase from the Boston Uprising. He'll be on the show right after us, only on Twitch.tv. Thanks for watching. Enjoy your Thursday and Friday. We'll be back with more Overwatch League next Saturday. We'll see you then. That's the moment we are all waiting for. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up. Bumper, welcome to the show. And of course,